What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Um, we still got the giveaway going. Everyone already knows about that. We're trying to give away a Ash Blossom once we get to 100 subscribers. So if you feel like subscribing, go ahead and do so. Um, let's just get into some of these cards right here. I want to go. The first part of the Mark Watch is going to be going over Black Wings. I I love Black Wings. It wasn't one of my first decks that I started playing, but it was like the first deck where I experienced just getting wrecked. I remember when I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh, like in the end of the end of 2011, being in 2012, and I, I just remember my friend saying I want to build a Blackwing deck. So I went to the swamp meet and I got him as many Blackwing cards as I could, and I just said, okay, here's your Blackwing deck. And even with just what I gave him, I remember I did get him the Shuras, the Boras, and he had one Collude, and he had two like one Gale, but he still made a deck and just wrecked me with not with these cards. And there is some support coming out in the new set. I think next week is a sneak peek, so you're gonna get a chance to get your hands on some of those cards. But right now, like the rares and commons are not that big of a deal, but like the dual terminal. Look at this dual terminal one. I didn't even know that it was actually this expensive. Like it seemed like it had an even higher point at one point, actually starting to calm down. But I didn't even know that the dual terminal was actually like this was $16. You got 16, 15, then you got the $20 copies from the more people who sold more stuff. But yeah, I had no idea that the dual terminal was this high, and the ultra rare was something I didn't know. I think I remember seeing this at 15. But yeah, this one's also was going down. So like yeah, that was a while ago, obviously. But this one's almost at 30, and now it's starting to go down because I guess people first heard about the Blackwing cards and were just like yes, and then they started to realize that I guess maybe the Bisted and the Channel Elements are still going to be like really strong, but it's still not. It still didn't stop this card from being $23. You got him near mint right here from this guy is get him at sales, 22. Then you go down here 25, 25, 25. So if you got this one copy right here, and once it's gone, it's at $25. So I mean it's a nice looking card. I think I had a play set of these. That was years ago when I was playing this for fun. But yeah, I probably should look and see if I still have them. But yeah, if you're I guess it is cheaper than a couple about 2 months ago. But still, you're still looking at a lot of money for Bora. So the next one I want to talk about is Gale. I had very bad times dealing with Gale. Gale is able to half your attack, and when you're first learning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and then you're learning from someone who wants to teach you by just beating you all the time. Yeah, Gale is like one of the hardest cards for you to deal with. So I remember just having the worst time dealing with Gale. And it looks like, and I also realized there is no common copy of Gale. Like I'm looking here and it's like rare, gold, gold, rare, ultra, super, ultra. So there is no common copy of Gale. I for some reason thought there was a common, but I guess the lowest one is a rare. So you got this shirt. I think this is the original one from Crimson Crisis. Yeah, this one's been staying pretty steady, but 305. You got a lot of sales over here for 295. So it's about like a $3 card. So yeah, so if you have Gales laying around this, these are solid $3. Like there's probably gonna be no like light play to mint condition Gale that's gonna be under $3. Yeah, like that, damage, so you get moderate mod play, light play. Once you get a light play, it's about $3. So if you have these laying around, even if they're a little beat up, you can probably get a dollar or two out of them. So that's pretty crazy. I didn't know that. This is a super rare from Astral Pack. I haven't talked about Astral Pack in a long time. Big old dip. Probably the same thing in July. If you first hear about the Black Wings, and then just people eventually just kind of the people who already have them already had them. The people who didn't have them got them, and then man, they started to go down. So light play $6. Well, $6 for the super. So yeah, we're looking at So almost any. So we're looking at $3 for the about $3 for the rares, $4 for the gold rares, and then we're looking at $6 for the super rare. And the ultra rare, we got sales at $8 for the ultra rare. So we're looking at an $8 card range for the ultra rare. So yeah, so if you're looking for Gale, yeah, there is no quote unquote just cheap Gale. Like if you're trying to get Gale, you're paying at least $3 a copy. We're looking like a $9 set right there. Kaloot, here's another one that pissed me off. This was Kalut's, the hand trap lets him gain. I think it's 1400. Yeah, it gains 1400 attack to the end of that turn, and it was the end of the turn. So like they had the one monster, and they would chain this, they would kill you, whatever, and then it would just stay at that high. So it wasn't even like it wouldn't go back after that duel, the turn. So yeah, so we're looking at $16-17 for the Kalut. This is the super rare, I believe. No, it's the ultra rare from Legendary's collection, and it was just skyrocketing, skyrocketing. It looks like there hasn't been some sales. Yeah, it hasn't been sales for a while, but still, $18-14 if you're trying to get one, you're paying $15 a copy right now. So that's with Kalut. They've been like that for a while. Let's see, Blackwing, what was it? Blizzard, the Far North. This one, there is the common one, so it's a little easier to get. But it is used in a lot of the combos. It's I think it's a normal, yeah, it can be special summon, but it's a level 2 tuner. So let's see, normal summon, and then you get another Blackwing from the grave. It was a lot of money. I think I remember I had a couple of these and actually posted these at about 16, 15, 14, in that range. And I remember posting them because I had 2 copies just laying around, and yeah, it looks like they posted them at the right time because now we're looking at light. Oh no, okay, yeah, light play 12, so they're still in that range. They're still in that 12 to 14 range. So yeah, so I mean, if you want to just get some damage, but I never touch damage. Even heavy, I like to go moderately played. Every once in a while, me personally, I'll sell a heavily played card, but usually like it'll be a special occasion where if it's just like like it depends on how it's heavily played. Like some people will send you a card that's like bent in half, and it's like like if it has like a crease in the top corner, and you okay, I could deal heavily played, but if it's like bent, I just put it to the side. I think you try to mess with mod play or higher. But even then, you can never know with certain people. So it's up to you if you want to take the gamble. Some people might put a decently looking card at mod played, but sometimes you might get some that's chewed up by the family dog. So if you want to take that gamble, you could probably find some right here for $7.95 if you want to take the heavily played gamble. But if not, it's a $12 card, and usually run these at at least two to three. But so we're looking at like man, that is a $36 set of cards. Well, I mean, if you want to run the ultra, you don't have to run the high rarity, but for some people that just can't help it, you are trapped. Black Whirlwind. I didn't even know that this card existed when I first heard about Blackwings, and after like the first couple weeks, my friend was all like, can you give me a Black Whirlwind? And I was like, what's Black Whirlwind? Then he told me, and I was reluctant. Like when I went back to the swamp meet, I was like, I didn't even want to ask for this card. Like even me as like a sucky intro, like a sucky introduction to competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, already knew how good this card was. I was like, no, I don't want this guy to have this card. And when I went, he actually did have 3 copies of it, so I was gonna buy them, but I believe they were only the I think he only had like supers at the time or something, and I was just the supers were a lot of money, so I just stayed away from that. But yeah, so here we go with Black Whirlwind. I was actually kind of surprised because I thought that this one was gonna be a little more. It is starting to shoot up. Like they're all now solid dollars. I guess okay. I guess yeah. They're now starting to shoot up. I remember these were very low at one point. Yeah, like I'll just say you get them. I was gonna say 40 cents, but it looks like they're at a point where they're at about like 80 cents. But yeah, but like I think when they first came out in the Battles of Legend, they were very much super cheap, and now they're like a solid dollar. So I'm about to go break out the stack and probably post a set or two because there's a possibility that these could go up because I think there's only 2 other. Yeah, there's only 2 other hollow printings. So you got the battles. Then you have the Legendary Collection one, which I think the Battles one looks a little bit nicer, but this one right here is way more. You got like the near mints are $6, so these ultra rares are $6, and then you go to the super rares from the tournament pack, and I mean look at that, boom bam, they just freaking robot, whatever the hell that sound was I just made, but the freaking robot ascending sound. Just bam, going up. You get damage 69.99 for heavily played. What do we got? So we got light plays. We got German, French, English light play. 115, 120, 1,000 sales, 5,000 sales. So we're looking at let's just round this out like 120, because it like I guess it comes down to how much you really want to gamble and how much you want to spend if you want to stay on that first page, and you got 99.9 with 5,000 plus sales, 125. So if you want to feel safe, 125. If you feel these, you want to give these guys that. I mean, well, it's not that bad. 99.9, 100 with 10,000 plus sales right here for 120. So I guess that's something that I would personally go for. But like I said, this is like the freaking highest rarity. This is if you have that sickness, that freaking shiny sickness. But I would also keep an eye out on this card. If you have a couple copies of this and maybe you have like 6, I mean, I'll take 3, trade them, get some value out of it. But hold a set of them. Even if Black Wings don't go tier 1, I don't think they are. But even if they just become somewhat of a viable rogue strategy, I would very much see in these taking up these prices to where these become like $5, and these become like 8, and then these shoot up to like the 200 you see right here. But yeah, but I said there's also the common variants, so you got a whole bunch of common variants, so you shouldn't worry about this. This is just if you have it. This is just me talking, looking at these cards and just being like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so now we're gonna get off the Black Wings, and we're gonna focus more on Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. I think I told you guys about a month and a half ago. I think in one of my market watches I had Light Imprisoning Mirror and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror there, and at that point they were like both they were like $2 cards. I said pick them up because you're gonna need them, and yeah, you now have Tear Element and Sprite. Now that they're still the 2 best decks even after the list, this is just more necessary than ever to have this in your side deck. I'm actually considering running this in the side just as such a hardcore blowout card, because like it taking out their ability to just activate the effects everywhere just goes a long way, especially in the Tear Element matchup. Like flipping this in the Tear Element matchup is just I don't know. I don't want to say it's worse. I don't want to say it's worse than Mystic Mind. Mystic Mind is just like hell on earth. But with Mystic Mind, there's that potential situation where they could manipulate the board and pop the Mystic Mind using Mystic Mind's own effect by matching your monsters, by doing something. Like there's no doing that with this. There's just no activating effects, for all your dark monsters anywhere they activate, and there is no, oh, I got one card, you got one card, it's destroyed. No, it's just gonna be there. So I think it has a little bit of a one up there on oh, I didn't even go with price. Funny, a little bit of one up there. So we're looking at the near mint copies for like 434, 434. It's pretty much doubled in price. Like, I mean, you got this one going up, but like, so what's that? Like, it's in July. So it was about 3 something. So yeah, probably a little bit before that, it was probably going for like in the $2 range that we were talking about. But yeah, mod plate $5.98. Yeah, so basically $5. It's a $5 card, right? Light Imprisoning Mirror. I'm going to call it right now. Pick these up. If we get into a situation that we're in now, but with light monsters, you're gonna want yourself Light Imprisoning Mirrors. Oh yeah. So yeah. So come on. All right, here we go. $5. Let's say 5. So $6. $6 for the common Light Imprisoning Mirrors. You got another common from Gladiator's Assault. $4.69, $4.98. So like $4 to $5. So yeah, it's like the commons are $4 to $5. If you need them, I would get them now. I would have at least 2 on the side. 3, like 3 if you really want to see it, or depending on how like what kind of deck you run. Like I've been trying to work on my consistency in my deck, so like I'm able to run 2 copies of side deck cards. But if you run a deck that's less consistency and more combo based, you might just want to have 3 of these just to increase your chances of getting it. So yeah, I'd pick them up now, because if you're planning to play competitively in this format, this is going to be a big heavy hitter card you're going to want to have access to. Small Worlds, get them now, get them now, get them now. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, Small World's going to go up. No, just look at look at this. June, it was at 4, it goes down, no one cares, then it shoots back up, it comes down, and then now it's starting to go back up again. People are starting to buy this thing at $3.99, $4. are getting. I don't see this card being worthless. This like I people don't well I'm okay they know, but like a lot of people are not realizing that this card goes way farther than just a convoluted effect that no one understands. Like this could get you into cards that you normally never get to see. This could turn decks that, oh, this deck sucks because you can't search this card. Small world becomes like, okay, like if you like, if you have draw a little bit of draw power, and then the small world, you could open up your whole strategy. And I'm not saying it's gonna turn like some rando table 500 rogue deck into like tier 0 meta, but this right here makes, can make a lot of things actually happen. The whole revealing, I'm gonna go over this. Maybe, we'll do a separate video talking about, complicated, weird freaking card effects that like confuse a lot of people. But this right here, like I said, 340. So it's like a solid $3 to $4. And then, if you just get the card by itself right here, and it's $4, it's even 440. So I would get them now. Try to go to your locals and see if you could scoop them up for maybe like $8 for the set, 7 for the set. See if you get a deal. I would just get them now, because you do not want to be caught with your pants down without any small worlds. Albraz, no, Alborz. I'm having such a hard time with this name. Alborz, the Sacred Land of Simorg. This is a common from Rising Rampage, and I recently went down to Frankensons. I live down by Frankensons, and I was like, okay. I mean, for everyone that hasn't been to Frankensons, it's basically a giant warehouse, pretty much like, like if you work in a warehouse, and like we're all, we have all the place where all the trucks are, and like yeah, it's a giant warehouse, and it's just filled. It's like an indoor swap meet filled with nerd stuff. It's like I always describe it as an inside warehouse because of its original location. It's now actually it's now located inside of an old oh man, what did it used to be? Sam's Club. I think it used to be a Sam's Club, and like the new location is in a Sam's Club, but it's still the same. It still has like, some places to dock in the back, so it kind of has that same feel. But it's basically like just like you're walking into a giant warehouse, and instead of going to work, you are freaking you're freaking just in an indoor swap meet of just nerd. It's not just Yu-Gi-Oh, it's nerd. They have their own room just full of Yu-Gi-Oh. They have a bunch of aisles where people, sell a whole bunch of card games. I was able to get some stuff for the new One Piece game as well. I don't know if you guys would be interested in some content on that. I do want to start playing that game, but yeah, I don't want to get on a too tangent. But basically, when I go there, I assume that I'm gonna find any card I need. Going to Frank's means you're gonna find any card you need, and I had to go through like 7 different people to see if they had this card. They're like some of them didn't have it because they just either didn't want to go look through their box, or they just didn't have a box of Rising Rampage. But yeah, like there's some people that went through the Rising Rampage box and just wasn't in there. And then I looked, and then yeah, it turns out that it's a 94. It's a dollar card. It's like a solid dollar. You got these copies right here for 93 cents, but then bam, shoots to $1, 126, 130. So yeah, so if you have these laying around, you got a stack of 10. You're looking at it, look at a $10 stack of cards, which is freaking hilarious. I'm gonna go kind of quick here. I'm spending a long time talking. Joan Lockbird, do not panic, people. I know I talked about this card. I know it's gonna go up, blah blah, and let's just don't let this fool you. All right, the same thing happened to our boy Gamma. Okay, it's like for it to shoot up to what I said right after I said it. That's not always gonna happen. It could have happened depending on the format. Like, if the ban list would have hit and people would have realized that Drone Lockbird's really freaking good in this format, maybe it would have shoot up. But that doesn't matter, because we still have many more formats. There is no way searching is going to become bad. So there's always going to be a potential for this card to shoot up. So if actually if you didn't get a chance to pick up at least 3 sets of this is now the time. They're at $2. You could hold them for a year or two, and you could probably double your money on them. So yeah, just a PSA, I guess. Nadir's Servant from the Mega Pack. Yeah, I think I have the other one pulled up too, but this one right here, they were like $3 shooting up. We got sales for $8.69, $8.91. Yeah, like everyone kind of thought that. I think everyone initially thought that, oh, this is great, this is gonna, blah 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 blah. No, maybe not so fast. Like unless people go back to the Outlet like Dogmatica Shadal deck, like there's not many decks that could just use this engine normally. Like I know people use it in Flu, like the Fluandereeze engine. They're able to like they activate Endear Servant to get to get Ecclesia, then they use an actual normal summon from M-Pen to get to summon the Ecclesia to get the Dogmatica Punishment. And it's a really cool little combo line, but I rather but if I'm gonna run an engine in Flu, I'd rather run this the Albaz the Simorg engine, which is actually what I'm trying out in my deck. So yeah, that's just a little bit on there. That's just a little bit on this card. It is going up, but I'm not sure what it's gonna be in yet. And the last card that I wanted to talk about is Ecclesia herself. You would think that she would just start like shooting up super high, and she kind of did have a little bit of resurgence because like people are using her. Like she does have that search ability to get that Dogmatica Punishment, and Dogmatica Punishment is really good, especially if you send the right cards. So you got so you got her right here at you got $6-7 for the original duels for the original version. You got her reprint kind of going at a similar price right here, $6. So yeah, like a $5, like a $1 difference. But the main one that I want to talk about is her ultimate rare. Her ultimate rare has gone up. It was pretty low at $31, 30, like a 32, whatever this is. And now it is starting to shoot up to 44. We got 44 with the $3 shipping, then 47, 48. She is starting to go. I have a couple of these laying around, and I'm not gonna lie, if I see these go up, if I see her at $70, man, I'm gonna be tempted. But a part of me doesn't want to give her up till she goes back to that her first price point when I bought her. Like I thought these were gonna continue, but then yeah, around here, about the 110 range, all the way back here. So I don't think this price point's ever gonna come back. But yeah, that sucks. But here we are right here. She has gone up about like $12, so 12, $15. So if you're trying to get her ultimate rare, you better get her now because with Nadir Servant back at 3, she's gonna be very sought after. Alright guys, that went on for a very long time. Sorry about that, but thanks for making it to the end. I got a lot of more videos planned. I want to do some deck profiles. I want to fix my setup so I could get better angles and make everything just way more easier and stuff. So go ahead and go ahead. I don't know what I was trying to say. Go ahead there, but yeah. Well, I guess that was it. I just want to mention that there's gonna be some more stuff, and we still got the giveaway going. So if you've liked what I'm doing here, please leave a like, subscribe, and get us to 100. Thanks for sticking around, and peace out.